Another very important point before we move on and mention his life is a very dangerous phenomena that we experience today and we see, and that is the mockery and the belittling of many of the Sahaba radiallahu anhum. And we're not talking about people who are Rawafid or Rafidah, people who are quote unquote Shia Muslims, as is commonly translated. The proper Islamic term is Rafidah and not Shia. We're not talking about these people, but unfortunately we're talking about people that say that they're upon the Sunnah, Ahlul Sunnah, they love the companions, but when they talk about the companions, you can clearly see a great lack of respect for them. And when the companions are mentioned, it's a funny story and it's a joke. And the companions are mentioned as if they're normal everyday men. This story, and he was like this, and the companion said that, and the companion was like this, and he was like that. As if he's talking about a normal everyday person. As if this companion did not enjoy looking at the Prophet ﷺ's beautiful, blessed face, alayhi salatu wasalam. And as Imam Ahmad rahimahullah ta'ala said, he says, nothing is similar to suhbah. One who's a companion, there's nothing that comes close to it. And there were many of the tabi'een who had a great deal of knowledge and who prayed and fasted and gave charity and fought in Allah's cause. They did everything and even more than what some of the Sahaba did, such as Sa'id ibn Musayyib. People who came after him, such as Abdullah ibn al-Mubarak. It says, Jumi'at fihi khisal al-khair. However, la ya'dilu suhbata shay. He says, nothing is close to suhbah. The sheer fact that this man met Muhammad sallallahu. And this is from the miraculous nature of the Nabi al-Kareem. He was so great, so miraculous, so magnificent and marvelous. If you saw him once, you touched his hand, you sat in his company, you heard his beautiful speech, you're from his Sahaba, his companions. And you get that level of the companion, and no one can come close to your good deeds. So we understand this? So when we start talking about the Sahaba, it isn't a joke. Wallahi, nothing is funny about this story and that story, nothing. Let alone a story that's fabricated, that's made up, that is totally inaccurate. A story about the companions that shows them being greedy, that shows them being lustful, that shows them being foolish and unwise. Story of the companion that shows this major Sahabi doing this and chasing this woman and saying and so forth. Na'udhu billah. We seek refuge of Allah from this. Not only is it made up and it fabricated, but that's not how you talk about the companions radiallahu anhum. Everybody understand this? The politicians in this country, senators, mayors, governors, when they talk about the forefathers of America, what do they say about them? How's their speech when they talk about the people who founded America and fought for America and they became free from Britain? What do they say about them? How do they talk about this great president, this great leader? A coward? A liar? A cheater? Wallahi, that's not how they speak about them. When they talk about the forefathers of the Constitution, the forefathers. Even the word in itself has a what? It has a weight to it. We say forefather. Is this not the case? So why when it comes to the Sahaba, the people that were there from day one, who sacrificed everything, who looked at the Prophet's beautiful face on a daily basis, we laugh and we joke. And once again, we're not talking about people that are Shia. We're talking about people who attribute themselves to the Sunnah, and when the companions come up, you see a great level of respect that is lacking. Rather, is the utmost respect we show to them. And from that respect is that we say radiyallahu anhum to all of them, all of the Sahaba, the earliest ones, the latest ones, the young, the old, the men, the women. We say radiyallahu anhum. That which took place between them among fighting, and when they differed, and when they didn't see eye to eye in every view, we say they are all in paradise. وَكُلٌّ وَعْدَ اللَّهُ الْحُسْنَى. Allah says in Surah An-Nisa, when He spoke about those who go out and fight, those who stay back, those who are blind, those who are weak and sick and ill, those who have an excuse for not going out in Allah's cause, even though they're not equal, except for those who have an excuse, everyone has been promised husna. And al-husna is Jannah, is paradise. So therefore it's a very important point. I don't want to spend too much time on this, whereas we've given an entire lecture series in Minneapolis, Minnesota, on the 7 companions, or the 10 companions that have been promised paradise. The al-ashara al-mubasharun, the 10 companions that were promised paradise, specifically, and also on the sab'atul mukthirin, the 7 companions that narrated the most hadiths of the Prophet ﷺ, the 7 chief narrators. And you can find those videos on our Hadith Disciple, hadithdisciple.com, on our website and on our YouTube channel. We explained this in detail, and we gave you the specific points of how to deal with the Sahaba, how to talk about the Sahaba, how to benefit from their lives. We explained that in detail, but it's something that I feel is very dangerous. And wallah, it hurts your heart when you sit down and you listen and you watch some videos on YouTube, how some people, doctors, da'is, falans, how they joke about the companions and how they belittle them and disrespect them, whether they realize it or whether they realize it not. Those who say the Sahaba didn't know Arabic, they couldn't make the i'rab of this ayah. If you gave the Sahaba an aqeedah test, they would fail the test. Would you say that about a companion? Would you say that about a Sahabi? Even the word fail and Sahabi in one sentence is unbefitting. It's totally unbefitting. So therefore this is dangerous, and it is the right of these people. This is the least we can do for them. And if someone spoke about your father or your mother, you wouldn't allow it. You would not allow it. You'll become angry. If I cursed your parents right now, only Allah knows what you would want to do to me. Is this not the case? It's your mother and your father. Perhaps they were upon Iman, perhaps they weren't on Iman, righteous, wicked, al-Muhim, it's my mother, my father. You cannot speak about them. So what about our ummahat, the mothers of the believers? Khair, inshallah. Let's move on.